Welcome to Accepting Life, where we help you navigate the world of wealth and status. Do you find yourself procrastinating on tasks or putting off responsibilities until the last minute? Do you struggle with feeling unmotivated and lazy when it comes to achieving your goals? If so, you're not alone. Many people struggle with finding the motivation to get things done, and it can be a frustrating and demotivating cycle. The good news is that there are effective methods to stop being lazy and overcome procrastination. In this article, we'll explore some practical strategies and techniques that can help you break free from the cycle of laziness and become more productive, motivated, and successful in your personal and professional life. Procrastination, the act of delaying or postponing tasks, is a common struggle that affects individuals from all walks of life. It can be described as the silent killer of productivity, the thief of time, and the enemy of progress. We often fall into the endless cycle of putting things off until the last minute, leading to stress and feeling overwhelmed when the deadline approaches. Procrastination doesn't discriminate based on social status, job title, or salary. Even the most successful individuals struggle with procrastination from time to time. In our search for effective methods to combat procrastination, we have tested out a variety of techniques and have discovered practical ways to overcome this challenge. In this video, we will be discussing these methods in detail. Welcome to aux.com, where future billionaires come to get inspired. Method to combat procrastination is setting specific goals. This may seem like a cliché approach, but it really does work. By having a clear goal in mind, you eliminate the room for procrastination to grow. Without a specific goal, you may fall into the trap of waiting for things to eventually happen, leading to procrastination. To offset this, define what you want to accomplish and create a detailed plan of action to achieve it. The key to this approach is to make the goal as specific as possible. Add every little detail you can think of, and the more specific you are, the better. This way, your mind stays active instead of defaulting into standby mode. Method is prioritizing tasks. Once specific goals are set, it's easy to feel overwhelmed by the rush of so many things to get done and so little time. This is a common reaction to keep us from putting effort into the task. However, to combat this, we need to fight back. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the task at hand, break it down into manageable parts. By prioritizing the tasks and tackling them one by one, we can prevent feeling tired or overwhelmed. Procrastination is a common challenge that affects us all. However, by setting specific goals and prioritizing tasks, we can combat this challenge effectively. It's important to keep in mind that procrastination is a habit that takes time to overcome, but with consistency and effort, it can be overcome. So, let's stop procrastinating and start achieving our goals today. Procrastination is a common issue that many people face in their daily lives. It can be the silent killer of productivity, the thief of time, and the enemy of progress. The endless cycle of putting things off until the last minute only to feel stressed and overwhelmed when the deadline approaches can be detrimental to achieving success. It doesn't matter if you work at a gas station or run a multi-million-dollar company, procrastination doesn't care about social hierarchies or yearly salaries. Everyone, including successful people, faces days where they just don't feel like working. In our search for ways to end procrastination for good, we have tested out several methods and found the most practical ways to do it. We believe that chunking is the most effective way to start fighting back against procrastination. Instead of thinking about the daunting task of writing a 20-page research paper, break it down into smaller chunks such as writing the outline today, researching sources tomorrow, and writing the first draft on Friday. By giving yourself a small amount of work, you can feel ridiculous if you don't do it, and you can get started with something that takes only around 5 minutes of work. Eliminating distractions is also crucial in fighting procrastination. Identifying and eliminating sources of distraction in your working environment, such as unnecessary tabs on your internet browser, putting your phone on silent, and sitting somewhere quiet, can help you focus on the task at hand. However, it's important to note that this method works best after you start working because that's when your brain is most likely to start looking for ways to stop. At Accepting Life, we cover all kinds of things when it comes to productivity, procrastination, and focus. We believe that finding what works for you through trial and error is essential. You can start by downloading the Alex app today, which can expose you to all kinds of methodologies before figuring out what will work for you. In conclusion, fighting procrastination requires a combination of practical methods and the willingness to experiment and find what works best for you. Use a timer. Do you ever find yourself getting distracted easily while working? It happens to the best of us. That's why we suggest using a timer to help keep you focused. This technique, also known as the Pomodoro technique, involves setting a timer for a specific amount of time, usually 25 minutes, and working on a task without any interruptions until the timer goes off. This can be a great way to increase productivity and help you stay focused on one task at a time. But why does this work? The idea behind using a timer is that it creates a sense of urgency and helps you stay motivated. Instead of feeling like you have an endless amount of time to work on a task, the timer creates a deadline and encourages you to work efficiently. Plus, it can be satisfying to see how much work you can get done in a set amount of time. There are a variety of ways to set a timer for work mode, and you can use whatever works best for you. Some people use a simple kitchen timer, while others prefer to use a digital timer on their phone or computer. You can also find apps specifically designed for the Pomodoro technique, which can be helpful for tracking your progress and keeping you accountable. Prioritize your tasks. Now that you've eliminated distractions and have a timer in place, it's time to figure out what you're actually going to work on. With so many tasks to choose from, it can be overwhelming to decide where to start. That's where prioritization comes in. We suggest taking some time early in your day to identify the most important tasks that need to be done. This can be anything from writing a product description to having an important conversation with a colleague. The key is to find the task that will have the most impact on your day, and focus on that first. But what if you have multiple important tasks to tackle? That's where chunking can come in handy again. Take your list of tasks and break them down into smaller, manageable chunks. Then, prioritize those chunks and focus on the most important one first. Once you've completed that chunk, move on to the next one. Remember, it's important to be realistic with your priorities. Don't overload yourself with too many tasks, or you'll end up feeling overwhelmed and burnt out. Instead, focus on the tasks that will have the most impact and work on those first. By doing this, you'll be more productive and feel more accomplished at the end of the day. Positive self-talk. When it comes to productivity, our inner dialogue can play a huge role in our success. Negative self-talk can lead us down a path of self-doubt and procrastination. That's why it's important to practice positive self-talk and use it to boost our motivation. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," try telling yourself, "I can do this." It may sound corny at first, but the power of positive affirmations can have a real impact on your attitude and mindset. By changing your inner dialogue, you can shift your perspective and start seeing tasks as opportunities rather than obstacles. The Alex Productivity Tool can help you practice positive self-talk and develop a more productive mindset. Eliminate perfection. Perfectionism can be a major roadblock to productivity. When we strive for perfection, we may end up fixating on minor details and lose sight of the bigger picture. Instead of focusing on progress, we get stuck in a loop of revisions and second-guessing. At the Best Photo Video Productivity Tool, we have a saying, "Done is better than perfect." We recognize that perfection is an unattainable goal, and that focusing on progress is more important than obsessing over details. If you find yourself fixating on a task, try moving on to the next one and coming back to it later. Sometimes, stepping away from a task and returning to it with fresh eyes can help you make progress more efficiently. Take breaks. Taking breaks is essential for maintaining focus and productivity. When we work for long periods without a break, our minds can become fatigued and our productivity can suffer. Taking short, regular breaks can help to refresh your mind, regain focus, and increase productivity. For example, try taking a 5-minute break every hour. Use this time to stretch, grab a coffee or water, or do something enjoyable that can help you recharge. By taking breaks regularly, you can avoid burnout and stay productive throughout the day. The Alex Productivity Tool can help you schedule breaks and make sure you're taking time to recharge. Set realistic goals. Setting realistic goals for yourself is crucial in ending procrastination and achieving success. When we set goals that are too lofty or unrealistic, we can become overwhelmed and discouraged. By setting smaller, achievable goals, we can build momentum and gain confidence in our ability to accomplish bigger tasks. For example, if you're trying to write a book, start with a goal of writing for 30 minutes a day, rather than trying to write the whole book in a week. This way you'll be able to make steady progress towards your larger goal and not get discouraged along the way. Eliminate distractions. Eliminating distractions is key in staying focused and productive. When we have too many distractions around us, it can be difficult to stay on task and get things done. By minimizing distractions, we can create a work environment that is conducive to productivity. For example, turn off your phone notifications, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and work in a quiet space. This way you will be able to focus on your work without getting sidetracked by other things. Practice self-care. Practicing self-care is important in ending procrastination and maintaining productivity. When we neglect our physical and mental health, we can become fatigued and unmotivated. By taking care of ourselves, we can maintain our energy levels and stay focused on our goals. For example, make sure to get enough sleep, exercise regularly, and take breaks when you need them. This way you will be able to approach your work with a clear mind and renewed energy. Visualize success. Visualizing success is a powerful tool in ending procrastination and achieving our goals. When we can see ourselves succeeding, we become more motivated to take action towards our goals. By visualizing our success, we can create a mental image of what we want to achieve, and stay focused on that image as we work towards our goals. For example, visualize yourself completing your task or achieving your goal. And imagine how it will feel to have accomplished it. This way you will be able to stay focused on your end goal and motivated to work towards it, even when it feels challenging. Learning to say no is not only important for ending procrastination, but it's also essential for maintaining good mental health and well-being. When we constantly take on unnecessary tasks and commitments, we spread ourselves too thin and risk burning out. By prioritizing our time and learning to say no to things that don't align with our goals or values, we can create more space and energy to focus on the things that matter most to us. Saying no doesn't make you selfish or lazy. It shows that you are responsible and accountable for your time and resources. So next time you're asked to take on an unnecessary task, remember that it's okay to say no and prioritize your own needs and goals. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful tool for reducing stress, increasing focus, and overcoming procrastination. By taking a few minutes each day to focus on the present moment, we can train our minds to become more aware of our thoughts and emotions and less reactive to external distractions. Mindfulness practices can include deep breathing, meditation, yoga, or simply taking a mindful walk in nature. When we practice mindfulness regularly, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and calm that can help us stay centered and focused even in the midst of chaos and uncertainty. So next time you feel overwhelmed or distracted, take a few deep breaths and bring your attention back to the present moment. With practice, you can train your mind to become more resilient and less prone to procrastination. Being lazy can be a common problem that many people face, but it is not an insurmountable one. By implementing some effective methods to overcome procrastination and increase productivity, you can overcome the urge to put things off and achieve your goals. Some of these methods include setting clear and achievable goals, breaking tasks into smaller steps, establishing a routine, finding accountability, and rewarding yourself for your accomplishments. Additionally, practicing mindfulness and learning to say no to unnecessary tasks can also help you overcome laziness. Remember, overcoming procrastination is not a one-time fix, but rather a continuous effort to change habits and improve productivity. With consistent effort and dedication, you can become more productive and achieve your goals. We'll see you back here again. Thank you for watching this video Accepting Life. If you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community.